Hello, welcome to R Basics. In this module, I'll be speaking to you about creating stacked, grouped, and horizontal bar charts in R. So let's get started. First of all, stacked bar charts are created with the bar plot command in R. Now the basic syntax for creating a stacked bar chart in R is, as you see it illustrated right here. So let's take some time and go through the individual arguments. Y is a data object containing the values used in a y-axis. XLab is the x-axis label. YLab is the y-axis label. XLim specifies the x-axis length. YLim specifies the y-axis length. Legend specifies the relationship between each bar and row categories. And COL indicates the color for the bars. Now, we're going to go through an example. And for the example, we're going to take a file called water and import it. And it'll be imported as a data frame. And it'll contain yearly rainfall totals by city. Now, let me take you there first. So let's go ahead, and this is the CSV file. We're going to locate it on my hard drive, and there's the file. And now, let's take a look at the data for a bit. So the first column contains the year, 2012 to 2016. You'll notice in the columns to the right, these are the rainfall totals for each city, and the individual cities are San Francisco, San Jose, LA, and San Diego. We're going to just go with the default import options and import it. And let me show you something. So now you can see it's a data frame. Now, let's just go ahead and try to create a chart here with the water object. And you see we have an error, and it says that the information needs to be either in a vector or a matrix. So, for that reason, I take it back to the slides. So this is the way that we convert the water data object into a matrix. We use the as.matrix command, and we're going to put the converted data into the water M data object. And there's water M. Well, let's go back. Let's say, just to verify, water M is indeed a matrix. Now, we can go ahead and do the simple bar plot command. Now, this is the basic form. So this will produce the default bar chart, and you're going to see the stack bar chart. And we're going to go ahead and just, at this point, I'll be copying and pasting most of what you see. So this is very crude, and it has one major defect to it. So what you see here is the year, the information, the actual years have been plotted here alongside the rainfall totals. So we need to eliminate this particular column, which is the first column in the bar plot command. So how do we do that? Well, we use a feature of both a matrix and a data frame in that we can include or exclude individual columns and rows. Or let me say it this way, rows and columns is a better way to say it, because you notice in the brackets there's a comma followed by the -1, and the information before the comma references the rows, and the information after the column represents the column. So what we're going to do is, by specifying -1 as the column indicator, we are going to produce a default bar chart by excluding the first column. So let's go ahead and copy that. And there you go. Now we're going to go and add some more features to this. We're going to add the labels, the x-axis label and the y-axis label, very simply, as you see here highlighted. and then we've got our labels. Now we're going to go ahead and extend the y-axis. We're going to do it with the y-lim argument, and we're going to specify that the value starts at 0 and it goes to 140. And that's what happened. Now, we're now going to go ahead and create a legend. And we do that with the legend argument. And the source of the data for the legend is going to be the first column in the data, in the object water M. So this is the way we specify it. So let's go ahead and copy it, paste it, and there we have our legend. Now at this point, the chart is much more filled out, but it's hard to see the colors. So let's go ahead now and add some color. So we do that with the COL argument. Now here I've selected these colors here. You could select any colors that you like. This is just one way of doing this, but it's a very simple, straightforward way. And so let's go ahead and do this. All right, now you have the color scheme, which makes it much clearer to see what's going on with the data. So we can actually complete the chart, so to speak, by doing a box around it with the box command. And there you go. Now let's proceed to a different chart, and this is a grouped bar chart. Now we're going to, it's also in the bar plot command. We use the argument beside, and we make it equal to true in caps. Now, and that's what you see highlighted right here. I'm also going to change the y-lim value to adjust for the appearance change of the chart. Otherwise, all the data that you see here, all the arguments and the values are the same as you've seen before. So let's go ahead and copy. And then copy the rest of the statement. And there you have it. This is much easier to actually see the individual rainfall totals per year for each city. So it's a better illustration of it. Now, let's just go one step further. Let's say you wanted to do a horizontal bar chart. The way we do this is use the argument HORIZ and set it equals to true, which I have here highlighted down here. And then we're going to rescale the XLIM and the YLIM arguments, to make adjustments for the chart to look better. So all the other data in the statement is as you see it, as you saw it before. So let's go ahead and do another copy and paste. And complete it with the remainder of the statement. And there you have it. So at this point, we have completed the module, and I want to thank you for watching R Basics. I'd like to remind you that there are other modules in the R Basics channel that may be of interest to you. Have a good day. Bye now.